How you doing, guys? Welcome back. It's LSP. Before I get into the topic of today's video, I just want to wish everybody an amazing new year if I don't get a chance to speak to everybody. So I want to answer this question, is it possible to make £100 or $100 a day, right? We see a lot of YouTube videos, titles, thumbnails, claiming that this is something that should be easy, or apparently is easy, but there's never any follow through, right? There's general conversation about how it's possible, how it could be mathematically possible, and they show lots of different examples of how this to be the case, well, how this can be the case. For example, one standard lot, 10 pips on a forex pair, there's your $100, right? The problem with this logic is it never turns out that way, right? You may, for example, enter a position with one standard lot, assuming you've got the money to be able to do that. Obviously you need margin, and it goes in favor 10 pips. So you're looking at $100 profit, and you're like, oh, this is good. But then you look at the chart and you're like, you start to reason, you know what, I think this is going to go a little bit more. And maybe it does. Maybe it goes to 130, maybe it goes to 140, and then unfortunately it goes back, to 100, then it goes to plus 70, then it goes to plus 10, then minus 30, and then you start to to stress out and get annoyed that you didn't just take the 100, the $100. And this is something that happens consistently over and over and over again, because the one issue that needs to be addressed isn't addressed. You need a solid plan, right? It doesn't matter what the methodology is, it doesn't matter how you trade, it doesn't matter what you look at, it doesn't matter whether you use indicators or not, it doesn't matter whether you're using naked charts or not, whether you're using an EA, or whether you're just getting somebody else to do the analysis for you. It doesn't matter. What matters is, as long as you work on your psychology, work on your plan, you need to have something in place to make sure, right, that when these things happen, you have something that's there in place to execute on. So you say, I'm only ever going to go for 10 pips, or I'm only going to ever go for 10 points or 4 ticks, or whatever asset class you're trading, right? And when that happens and you define it, then it's down to just discipline. You have to be disciplined to execute on the things that you say. It's very easy to put all of this down on paper, but you need to be able to execute on that. But what I'm trying to get across is, if you outline that and you have it down on paper, you have it down in a document, you know exactly what it is that you're supposed to be doing when you're supposed to be doing it. The only thing that's left to work on is your discipline, your execution. Can you follow through on what you said you were going to follow through on? And one thing that I learned over the years is that when we don't follow through on the things that we say to ourselves we're going to do, we effectively call ourselves liars. I'll say it like that. I was going to swear, but we effectively call ourselves liars, which is not really the best thing to be doing when you're trying to do something as complicated and as stressful and as, I guess, rewarding as trading, right? So I wanted to really address this point, hone in on it a little bit. In subsequent videos, what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to kind of take these challenges, these things that we see online, the things that we're told, and kind of break them down and put them into a logical sort of process that makes sense, something that we can look at and say, yeah, that's practical. How do I execute on that? And then kind of follow on from there. So I'm going to leave the video there. I hope everyone's having an absolutely fantastic day, and I will speak to you guys very, very soon. All the best. Ciao, ciao.